MWD stands for Military Working Dog. Dogs have been used in warfare since ancient times in Rome, Greece, and Asian countries. In the United States, it wasn't until World War II that the Department of Defense invested in a military working dog program. There are 4 main breeds used today by the military. Military working dogs can specialize in detection of IEDs, narcotics, or enemies. Or you can have patrol MWDs, which mainly work to apprehend hostiles. Dual-purpose MWDs can do both detection and patrol work. While no piece of technology can outperform an MWD in IED detection, any flaw in their performance or fitness could mean life or death for U.S. troops. Obedience requires responding to cues with skill and proper confirmation. Obstacle courses require flexibility, agility, power, and speed. But the most metabolically demanding task is controlled aggression, where dogs must sprint and jump to apprehend aggressive hostile. This task requires power, speed, and an impressive bite force. Searching buildings and vehicles to detect people, narcotics, and explosives is a task that requires duration, endurance, stamina, and the skill set to detect. Desensitizing work may be less physically taxing, but it is essential for the career of an MWD. MWDs need to learn to perform and remain calm and attentive while weapons are being fired and while on and jumping out of aircrafts. All of these training tasks prepare MWDs to perform out in the field, where they will have to conduct searches over 40 kilometers of land per day in brutal, hot, and humid conditions. The UPenn Working Dog Center has recently developed foundational fitness requirements for working dogs, such as MWDs, that are not currently addressed in their training. The posture sit and posture down exercise strengthens core stability musculature and promotes memory of correct posture to prevent back pain. The pivot develops hip, stifle, and tarsus stability. Stability of the hip allows dogs to rear up on their hind legs in order to perform tasks such as vehicle searches and building searches. The plank develops dogs' core muscle and increases the ability to generate whole body power. This position helps with repeatedly hurdling objects or when needing powerful forces of the spine, such as in criminal apprehension and sprinting. The chipmunk increases whole body balance and may help during uncontrolled movements seen in jumping and apprehension. The squat also develops the hip, stifle, and tarsus. It increases the dog's ability to jump, sprint, and change directions. The backup helps with the coordination of the hind legs. This is not a naturally targeted or used movement in dogs, so mastering it may increase the athletic ability and performance of a military working dog. Proper conformation is essential for MWDs for proper weight distribution. Defects in conformation can affect how the animal works over time. Dogs naturally bear 2/3 of their weight on their forelimbs. This uneven weight distribution contributes to issues such as hip dysplasia. 36% of injuries in MWDs are musculoskeletal related. Musculoskeletal injuries are a common cause of euthanasia in MWDs. Unfortunately, musculoskeletal injuries are underreported in the animals since animals cannot communicate their degrees of pain to us. The majority of injuries in human soldiers is musculoskeletal related, and it comes from overuse. One study even showed that police dogs are more likely than personally owned German Shepherds to have orthopedic injuries such as hip dysplasia. Musculoskeletal injuries are mostly all due to cumulative microtraumas and strain from overuse and overtraining. These types of injuries may be more preventable than battle trauma, however, and through further research and utilization of training such as UPenn's Fit to Work program, we may be able to decrease these occurrences of microtraumas. All MWDs are screened for hip and elbow dysplasia via radiography before they are enlisted in training. Heat stroke is the third most common cause of death of MWDs in Iraq and Afghanistan. It is the most common death from a non-battle caused injury. Heat stroke incidents were not affected by coat color or sex. However, there may be a genetic component, as one study found that one family of Malinois all had increased incidence of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Once dogs have an incident of heat exhaustion or heat stroke, they are much likely to have another one. To help prevent heat stroke, the military utilizes the canine thermal model to create work and rest cycles. By doing this, they can limit the duration of high core temperatures and allow time for dogs to recover. While conducting studies to determine the intervals for these work-rest cycles, scientists found that gastrointestinal temperatures of MWDs peak several minutes after the exercise ceased. Because of this, when handlers check rectal temperatures for heat stroke in their MWDs, they need to take the temperature 8 to 12 minutes after the activity ceases.